All right, guys. Jim Bounds at Motorhome Rehab Ranch. I just came back from doing a video about lug nuts. Real quick, if you haven't looked at the video I did about lug nuts, please go look at that, because guy called me up and he had absolutely the wrong lug nuts on the wrong rim. He had a shoulder type lug nut rim, and a professional tire store had put hub center flat lug nuts on his coach. Wouldn't center. They had to manually center the rim. No, 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 no. You've got to have the proper lug nut system for the proper rim. Today, all lug nuts today are conical, cone-shaped lug nuts. What you should have is a steel lug nut with a stainless steel cap. That way you don't have to clean them. You don't want to try to clean chrome-plated, flash chrome Chinese lug nuts, 48 of them. That's an exercise in futility. If you look at the new trucks they get, the shiny lug nuts they have are cap nuts. So you need to use a cap nut that's proper for the rim you have. If you have hub-centric rims, you need to have a flat lug nut, preferably with a washer on it. Reason is the washer allows you to put 120 psi instead of 255 like the original flat lug nuts were. So if you have a hub-centric rim, my suggestion is to get the Alcoa centered hub center flat lug nuts with the washers on them. That's a better way to do it. If you have a cone shape or a conical lug nut, and your rim then should accept a conical lug nut, it should be that kind of rim. If it's not, don't use it. This guy had a shoulder lug nut. You've seen it where it has a long shoulder and then the hex on here. That's a different kind of system, and none of those systems are interchangeable with lug nuts. This is very, very important. I'll spend a minute and talk about that. All right, so you go see that. That's up to you. This video is to further, I guess we're going to call this episode 2 of body pads and the gussets, because I didn't call the first one episode 1, but we're going to have several of them here, because this is a very, very important thing that has come up after 50 years, right? Our bodies, the body of our coach is not our frame. Our body is not sitting on a frame like this where the gussets, is that good? Where the gussets come out and the weight is out here. Our frame is a ladder frame right in the middle and has no gusset support on either side. And after 50 years, what's happening is, as the first video, I'm repeating a little bit, the floor has bowed down because the weight is out here, right? So what we're intending to do is to put a gusset support out here to hold the body back up, first thing. And then 2, I have to say that the body is about 1 inch too low. Why did they cut out the air cleaner in on the engine cover? Why do the tires hit the wheel liners on a 73 when it goes to the ground? Why? Because the body has dropped enough to be interference. The numbers probably worked on paper, okay? So what we want to do is we want to lift the coach to get those clearances right, and we want to support it on the outside. Why did it go down? Maybe because of this, but maybe they just got it a little bit too low. But either way, we're going to fix that. Now, what we're going to talk about here today is how to get ready. How to get ready for you to, is that good? Okay. How to get ready for you to work with your frame to the body, all right? We're going to go outside in a second. I'm going to show you the mounts, the front mounts, the rear mounts, and the support bracket, this, on the sides. You can't see it here. I'll show it to you out there. The support bracket, we're going to take that loose. We're going to take the 2 bolts right here, this one and this one, loose, to let that slide, because we're going to be lifting that body, okay? So let's go on out here and do this. I'm going to show you these things. We'll come back in and do some more talking. All right? Come on with me. Okay, here we are down in the front. Right there. That's the front motor. That's the, I did it again. Not motor mount. That's the front body mount. Right there. Okay? See the bolt there. It's a through bolt. It comes to the bottom. These radials right here, 73, 4, and 5 had radials like that. 76, 7, and 8 had an aluminum plate right there. To get to that bolt right there, you're going to have to go from the back side. Okay? You won't be able to get to it here because it's a solid plate. But what we're going to do is we're going to pull that bolt out right under that body mount right there. We're going to put a hockey puck with a hole in it and let the body back down. Okay? That's the front mount that we've talked about. So now let's go to the back. I'll show you the back mount. All right, guys. This is the rear mount. Right here. You see this is threaded here. There's a rubber mount here, and there's one up here. If you can see it, let me run it up here. There it is. You can see that mount up there. What we're going to do is we're going to take this bolt out. We're going to lift the body, and we're going to put a hockey puck right there, right under that mount. That will essentially lift the body. Okay? All right, so that's what we got happening next. Now, let's come on over here to the side. I want to show you the supports they have on the side. Okay, here we are on the back side. This is your mount right here. If you go to your open your entry door, pull the wood away, you'll see there's a carriage bolt. That's what this is right here. Chances are, well, I don't think we're going to take these out. If you can get them out, that'd be wonderful. That way we just have to space these out. But these bolts here, right here, and right here, these are the two bolts that we're going to take loose because this needs to float up from the frame. Okay? All right, well, look, come on back inside and let's do a little bit more talking. Okay. Whew. It's still a little warm out there. All right, so you saw firsthand what you need to do. Now, what I want you guys to do is to get all that loose. Once you get the front motor mount, there it is again, motor mount. No, body mount. Body mount. Get the front bolt loose. Get that body mount loose. Get that bolt loose. There's two of them. On the back, get those two loose. Get those bolts loose. And on the sides, if you can get the top ones, the carriage bolts loose, wonderful. Because all we'll have to do there is space that down. If they don't, I understand, but you need to try to do whatever you can do to get those loose because this is important. This is not something normal. And don't you hate it when you talk to a guy, you're watching a guy and he says, oh, this is a piece of cake. This is so easy. Here, come on with me. Let me show you. I'm going to tell you right now. This is not an easy job. This is not an easy thing at all because this was baked into the cake. This is part of the whole structure of the motorhome. And we're going in and trying to modify it to support it better. So no, this is not simple. This is not easy. You may be able to do this. You may have to have somebody else do this. They've made it this long. The motorhome's not going to fall apart if this doesn't happen. But I tell you, if you do your checking measurements, you'll see that this is an issue. And if you want to do this, if you feel this is something you want to do, then let's go at it nice and easy. Let's all learn together. All right. So our first job is to get all these bolts loose. All right. Now, the next video, don't get in a hurry. Take your time with this. This is real. Don't say, I'm going to cut them all out of there. No, Jim, it didn't work. No, don't do that. Please try to get those bolts out because it's just so important. Double nut those big long ones on the end of it and get the nut to loosen or something. Get creative with it. Don't just cut them off because it's going to be really hard to put all this stuff back. If you have your floor out, and no big deal, you can cut them off, put a new carriage bolt through there. But if not, do what you can do to get these things loose. All right, the next video is going to talk about how to jack the coach up. Okay, I'm hoping by then I'll have the prototypes of the gussets. I can show you what those look like, and we can really go about putting this thing together. All right, I appreciate you guys following on this. I know it got a lot of attention, and that's wonderful. That's wonderful, because I really think that after 50 years, we need to look at things like, we need to go right down to the fundamentals and really look into the cake. What's the icing look like? All right. Well, look, thanks for your time. If this was interesting to you, please hit like and subscribe and share and all those things. Ranch Hands, you made this possible. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to help on more videos, get involved. We're going to try to make it easier to search on the database, so bear with us on that. Actually, on YouTube, if you go to your playlist on YouTube, there's a lot of categories there, and you can search and look there too. But I want you to come and use the Patreon page. We're going to make it a little easier, and I appreciate your support. And we'll see you on the next episode of this. All right.